Hello there, gentle viewer. Thank you for clicking on the video. Today we are starting, it's going to be the first of a new series of videos that we're going to do here for you to try and keep the content of the channel exciting. We're not just going to have, reviews and stuff. As I have mentioned in the previous one, we are today going to be diving into the murky depths of relationships. That's right, we are going to be giving some relationship advice. I'm going to try and make this a weekly thing, or as often as I can, just to make sure that everybody's happy, that there's content, and that it's exciting. So the idea is that viewers submit their relationship questions, and then I answer them, and I seek to guide them and help them in their lives. Obviously, there is a small hurdle at the moment that the channel doesn't really have any viewers. So to make up for that, what I've done is I've found a relationship. I've gone through a relationship question place where people are asking for advice. And I found one that kind of appeals to me. I'm not going to read out the whole thing verbatim. It is quite long. I will pop it in the old description below. Check out them YouTube skills, eh? It's not bad, eh? Yeah, so what I'm going to do is... it's this chap here. I've got some of his details here. I will post it. If you can't be bothered to read it, it is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a few paragraphs, and he's put some other replies to stuff. Essentially, he seems to have a hot paramedic girlfriend. He's 29, she's 28. Bipolar. I mean, look, read it if you like, but my consensus genuinely is that he's a bit codependent, and she is a narcissist. I see the signs there. I've gone out with narcissists before, more than once, because I'm that kind of chap, and so I thought I'd give this chap some advice, really. His name is, his handle he goes by is Boogy. That's a bit racist, isn't it? Sailing a bit close to the wind there, Mr. Boogy. But never mind. So yeah, this video's for you, mate. Now, you've written a bunch of stuff here, and you describe her as the one. You've been together for 4 years. She's cheated on you. There was some stuff. She's bipolar. There's some stuff she didn't tell you. And she's now cheated on you again in rather a nasty way. And I just want, in case the viewers can't be bothered to read what actually happened, he went to a wedding, his sister's wedding, and they came home together, went to sleep, I assume, together. And then he woke up in the morning and she wasn't in the bed, but she was on the sofa, dressed. And then he went for a phone. There was someone in the phone called Tiffany, who turned out was probably more Tom or whatever. And it was then very clear that they had some kind of an affair. And he tried to pull her up on it, and she denied it until he directly confronted her with it, which I'm assuming means he showed her proof. Now, he says she's the one, very high, low relationship, and that, he's worried that he's weak, or he doesn't have the strength to stay away from her, and that he might end up back together again with her, or just not even break up with her in the first place. Now, I'm not going to comment on whether you should break up with her or not, but what I am going to say is that, like I said, it sounds very much like she's a narcissist, and you, sir, seem to be very codependent from what I'm seeing here. Now, what I want you to know, and what you need to be aware of, is that for 4 years you've been in a cycle, right? And that cycle is this: you have these highs, these great highs, and then you have these, and the highs are exciting. Then you have these lows. You know, there's this tension. There's a drama. It's like, oh, and it's really tense and a bit exciting. It's an exciting low. It's not the low normal people have in their relationships. That when you're having a low, it's not like, oh god, we're sitting here watching the same old telly again. We haven't really talked much lately. And no, when you're having a low, you're having a low. Yes, that's still exciting. And then you go from that, and it bounces back up again, and you have that high. And when you have that high, you're getting that dopamine hit. Right, now dopamine's addictive, and you've been at this for 4 years, mate. Yeah, you've been at this for 4 years. And I think you were in a relationship where you were the codependent one, she was the narcissist. And listen, there are many positive things about dating a narcissist, but it's very tricky and you need to be careful. I believe it's something that can be done and can be positive. I think it takes a certain type of person to be able to pull it off. And I'll tell you now, I'm deeply in the minority on that opinion. It is my opinion. Most people will just be like, run for the hills, go, jog on, don't even entertain it, right? But what I want you to be aware of is that if or when you do break up with her, you may well find yourself in the same situation again. Either as a codependent, either in a carbon copy of the relationship. So that could be just with the same person. So you're back together again. And you know, this breakup that you've had now is that's like the new low. You know, you've now gone like lower than you've ever gone before. You know, so the high that you're going to get, oh my gosh, can you imagine the makeup set? It's going to be crazy. It's going to blow your mind, mate. It's going to be amazing. And the dopamine hit you'll get from it. Wow. And that's going to be very tempting. Because you've gotten into that pattern where you're both feeding each other. And you've become reliant on each other because you've both got low self-esteem. She's got low self-esteem. She had such low self-esteem, she couldn't even tell you she had bipolar. Like, you know, somebody doesn't hide that from you necessarily to be sneaky. You know, there's a lot of people portray these narcissists as like these big evil, schemy people. They're not. They're just very insecure. More so than you. And there's a big fear of rejection. But so the chances is, getting back on track, that you're either going to end up with her or a carbon copy of her. Someone else is going to give you that same experience, that same kind of, you know, cyclical, high-low, extreme relationship. You may find that because you've adapted so much to having that environment, that if you are without her or without that environment and those regular dopamine hits, you're going to go into withdrawal. So if you are going to try and do that, you need to find something else to replace the dopamine with, like stat, like now. Exercise is probably a good one. It's always a good source of dopamine. Because it's a healthy one. Adrenaline, sports, whatever it is, mate. But just be aware, you will need to replace that regular dopamine hit that you're used to getting. And trust me, your brain is going to be pissed when it stops getting that dopamine. And it's going to try and get you to get back with her. The other possibility is that, you know, you end up in a relationship with. So you go cold turkey for a bit, and then your brain tells you the solution to get this dopamine is to get with another person. So you jump in with somebody else. You'll be feeling a little bit weak. You'll be, you know, and you end up getting with somebody else. And the problem you'll find is that relationship will feel incredibly flat, and it will do nothing for you because you're used to that cycle. And unless it's got that cycle, it's not giving you that dopamine. So, you know, I think what I would really recommend moving forward is, I think what you need to do, Mr. Boogie, Mr. W. Boogie, is you need to educate yourself on this. I'm not really the person to educate you. I'm a silly man in a rather lovely hat, if I do say so myself. But what I would recommend, as we're hearing these market episodes, there's a YouTuber called Richard Gannon, also known as the Spartan Life Coach. I recommend you watch some of his videos. I think you should do some soul searching, find out what you think is going on, get on Richard's channel. I'll put a link in the description for you, and just search his channel and see if there's anything there that he's quite engaging. There's another chap as well who's very known in these circles. I think his name's Sam Vaknin or something. He's very dry. I've tried to watch. I can't watch him. He's very like hello, and you know. But Richard, he's quite engaging. He's a bit bubbly. You'll learn some stuff off him, I think, and I think it will help you. And I think, you know, if you get back together with her, realise the dynamic has to change. And, you know, you can make it work. I believe you can make it work, but you need to understand that the excitement can't come from things that you're not happy for her to do. And, you know, I'm going to do a different video on infidelity. Credits there for... Where's it gone? Oh, that went well, isn't it? But for now, that's it. So I hope that helps you, Boogie. And yeah, thanks for watching. And yeah, check out that dude's YouTube channel. And I hope you find some useful stuff there, mate. And really all the best. It sounds like you've gone through a tough time. So yeah. Yeah, good luck. Good luck, my friend, my gentle viewer. And yeah, have a lovely day. Think of something profound and attribute it to me. And that would be great. Au revoir. Thank you.